If you want like the palest skin ever, save this video. If you think that's weird and whatever, that is totally fine. Just skip this. This is clearly not for you, and I have all the love in the world for you, and I will see you in the next video. I cannot control Asian beauty standards. I know I am beautiful. I swear it's not even out of self-hatred. I don't want to bleach my skin. I just want to have a pale complexion, and it's just not that deep.
Let's talk about whitening creams. So Korea is obsessed with whitening creams. This is one of the most popular ones, the Konsori Whitening Dress Tone-Up Cream. Let's test it out. The consistency here is a little bit thick, kind of like a paste, and as we blend it out, it is really, really white, but let's just go for it. It's honestly so crazy looking at my hands right now and truly just seeing the difference here.
Let's talk about how Koreans brighten their skin tone, specifically glutathione. So it started about like 10 years ago when people were so shocked after seeing IU's skin tone literally changing. Like, she used to be a lot darker, but then she became super pale. And I have no idea if it was a rumor or not, but people started assuming she got like skin whitening injections called 백옥주사, which basically is a glutathione injection.
I had to be pale really fast, so I took double the recommended dose. Its main ingredient was tranexamic acid.
Okay, excuse my face because I have a face mask on right now, but I really need to talk about this video and the replies underneath because it's extremely concerning. Taking a high dosage of tranexamic acid can be dangerous. The creator did make it clear in her video, but a lot of the replies are asking, where can I get this? Please do not take these supplements that have a high dosage of tranexamic acid to become paler. I did leave a comment on this video, and normally I don't leave that many comments, but I'm extremely concerned at the replies. They're saying that they want to achieve this, even though the creator made it clear that it could cause blood clots, it could cause convulsions, and you can lose your period. I understand beauty standards are different for different areas of the world. In the West, typically people tan, they have the sun, which is also dangerous, but taking supplements that can possibly cause blood clots to become paler is also very dangerous. And people are trying to make justifications for why they should use this supplement. And the creator did make this clear, but I feel like she unintentionally popularized it, and now people are actually trying to find this Japanese supplement and take a higher dosage than recommended to achieve pale skin, which is extremely unfortunate. Y'all love yourselves, please, because you only have one life. Please don't damage your organs for beauty standards.
You all going out spending money on glutathione IV drips to get a little bit fairer, just a little bit fairer. Like, what the hell? Do you know what it does to you? Glutathione causes kidney and liver damage and anaphylaxis, just creating more work for me, just because you want to look a little bit more white. Well, guess what? It might not even work. And at best, it works just a little bit, and you need to keep doing it to preserve its effects. And guess what? All the people who look down on you right now for being, this color will still look down on you. Racism doesn't abolish overnight just because you look a little bit more fairer. You're still Pakistan, you're still Indian, you're still of African descent. That will not change for them. The only way you can get respect, even if that is fake respect out of those people, is by getting rich. So instead of spending money on weird IV drips that will just drain your bank account and do nothing for you, get rich. Make a TikTok account or a friend account or sell some white powder. I don't care. That will work. Not a glutathione IV drip. Don't make more work for me.
Korea is obsessed with whitening creams.
All the brands that benefit off your insecurities really hate to see me coming because they cannot catch the awakened souls who are not conforming. This is a visual of people in Korea brightening and whitening their skin, and this is another visual of people in the UK darkening their skin by a significant amount that becomes a dysmorphia on both sides because you get so used to seeing yourself that way. We cannot deny we have different beauty standards in different parts of the world that control our behavior and how we feel. We have people on sunbeds that are young, between 18 to 25 or something. That is just so significant of how deep this insecurity is because we're permanently damaging our skin for the sake of to look aesthetically darker. Meanwhile, in Korea, we have people brightening and whitening their skin. People are commenting that they moved to Korea and they started getting compliments on their skin, and how it was weird. The pale girls are getting complimented. It's weird because here it's not that. And their feeling has changed. How they feel is changed because it's reprogramming their brain. Oh my gosh, my skin is desirable. It's beautiful, right? This is all programming. We're all programmed. It literally is proof. It is true. It's division. It's how they get you to buy. Your feeling is the most powerful source of what encourages your behavior, right? Because if you feel insecure, you are then literally fired by motivation to want to solve that insecurity. In England, of course, people are addicted to sunbeds. Of course, because we're made to feel ugly in our natural skin. In Korea, it's the exact opposite. Explain it. Explain it. Not quite the same because one has more division, but the same situation and completely different outcomes. It's just proof that it's not true. It's not true that pale skin is more desirable. It's not true that tan skin is more desirable. It's where you are, it's your environment, it's your beliefs, it's your programming. That's controlling our feeling. So the way to control our feeling ourselves is to create an inner anchor and think for ourselves. Understand, is this insecurity even mine? What are people around me saying? What are people around me doing? That is literally programming, because you can have completely different people in different places who look the same but have completely different responses. And when you see it, when you see for yourself, it clicks and you can't unsee it. It can be placed anywhere in the world, you're still at your center, secure.
Across the Philippines, India, Indonesia, Korea, Malaysia, China, skin lightening has become a booming industry, one worth more than $10 billion globally, and growing every year. Creams, soaps, pills, and now IV injections, a needle in the arm, not for any illness, but for one reason only, to make skin lighter. I want to talk about something today that gets dressed up as a beauty trend, but it is actually a public health crisis hiding in plain sight. Hundreds of millions of people across Asia are chasing a shade of skin that was never actually wrong to begin with. And the price some of them are paying isn't just money, it's their kidneys, their liver, their nervous system. In some documented cases, it's a disease so severe it can blister the skin from the inside out and shut down organs. This video is about what's actually inside these products, the creams and the injections, what they do to the body over time, and why an entire continent's beauty standard is built on a foundation that chemically was never meant to be safe. So let's get into it. But for now, let me play you a few more clips and then I'll be back with more commentary.
Lightening with glutathione IV, stop doing it. First reason, there is no standardized dose that is considered safe for skin lightening. There is an alarming increase in the unregulated use of very high dose glutathione, 600 milligrams to 1.2 grams, weekly to twice weekly, not substantiated by any reliable evidence, good evidence around dose or duration. Second, the only actual approved use of IV glutathione is, I believe, in America, and it is to negate the chemotoxicity of a chemotherapeutic agent, cisplatin. Now, I don't know what that tells you, but it is not indicated for cosmetic and beauty purposes in an IV preparation. Number 3, the adverse events are significant, ranging from things like kidney failure to liver failure to a dermatological emergency known as Stevens-Johnson syndrome, toxic epidermal necrolysis, severe abdominal pain, and lethally things like bloodborne infections and air embolism from the cannula itself. Number 4, even if you do achieve whitening, it is not sustained and you will likely need to continue over your lifetime getting these IV preparations done, and the safety of this has not been studied.
If you're someone who's planning on getting an IV glutathione treatment from a spa or a treatment center, watch this video please. Just a disclaimer guys, I am not a board certified dermatologist nor anything by profession. I am just doing my job as an aspiring skinfluencer to spread awareness. But anyway, yeah, glutathione, everyone's best friend here in the Philippines. Hoi! Literally everyone's desperate in getting fairer skin, which I have nothing against of, but the colorism in this country, girl, it's questionable. Questionable where people get so desperate to an extent where they risk their own lives just to get fair skin, where they literally inject anything just so they could look fairer. Now, if you're not aware of IV glutathiones, they usually come in a dextrose form and they're packed with high dosages of glutathione, and they somewhat claim that it's actually better and effective to get in the glutathione in your body. And according to people who do these treatments, it's actually the best way to achieve a fairer skin in a short amount of time. Sounds sketchy, I am not gonna lie, it does sound sketchy. And you know what is sketchy? Because to be frank, there's no such research substantiating these claims. And as a matter of fact, we have no studies, as in zero, zilch studies on IV glutathione. So please don't even take the risk, please. And if you're still not convinced on not getting IV glutathione, according to the FDA of the Philippines, IV glutathione can cause adverse effects. And if you do not know, an adverse effect is an unexpected medical problem that occurs during treatment with a drug. And examples of those adverse effects, if you take IV glutathione, are SJS, also known as Stevens-Johnson syndrome, kidney failure, liver problems, and problems in the nervous system. Also, usually glutathiones or IV glutathiones are paired with vitamin C. And if your urine is acidic, you can develop kidney stones. Whew, that's a mouthful. So, would you still take the risk, girl? Cause I think I'm gonna just do some inner work rather than, questioning myself constantly why my skin is not fair.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room, aka my DMs, which is people sending me messages asking about how they can get IV glutathione for skin lightening. Call me Dr. O. I'm Dr. O Benujang. I'm a board certified dermatologist. Let's talk about why I don't prescribe and will never prescribe IV glutathione for skin lightening for my patients. One, it can cause a severe allergic reaction called anaphylaxis, which can lead to death. Second, it can damage your liver and kidneys so quickly. Thirdly, the effects of IV glutathione or any kind of glutathione is not permanent. It's a very temporary effect, which is why it is used in dermatology differently than you see on the internet. Glutathione basically helps convert a type of melanin called eumelanin into a different type called pheomelanin. In addition, it also helps fight free radicals that can cause different enzymes to be activated in your skin, which break down collagen in the skin, making your skin look aged, as well as irritating the melanin producing cells in your skin, which can lead to further hyperpigmentation. So, glutathione is typically given as a supplement called N-acetylcysteine, which your body will then convert into glutathione like it naturally does in your liver. So there's no excess, there's no rush of glutathione into the system. This is completely safe and still monitored by your doctor. Secondly, even if glutathione is given sub-Q, it's in such a low dose that it's pretty much safer than doing an IV. You would be hard-pressed to find a physician or dermatologist giving you IV glutathione for skin lightening.
Glutathione is everywhere right now, from IV drips, shots, skin brightening claims, but here's the part that no one really talks about. Recently, I had a patient who was doing weekly glutathione IVs because she heard it was the ultimate detox for her body. Her skin looked great at first, but then she started noticing that she's feeling tired, bloated, foggy, an array of other things. Turns out too much glutathione was actually throwing her system off balance, in the case with a lot of things that we use. So your body already makes glutathione on its own. It's one of your most powerful antioxidants in the body. But when you flood the system from the outside with glutathione, your body thinks that we've got plenty of glutathione here, no need to make more. So your natural production slows down. And here's the kicker. If your liver or gut isn't functioning well, which is very common in a lot of people, your body might not be able to use all of this extra glutathione in your body. And rather than acting as an antioxidant, it can actually cause the opposite, causing oxidative stress. That means inflammation, cellular damage, and faster aging. So before jumping on the IV trends that you see on TikTok, just because it sounds healthy, make sure your body's ready to handle the treatment, or if it's actually needed, because sometimes more isn't better. It's just more.
You know that there's a really interesting reason why Asia has a multi-billion-dollar skin whitening industry, and this actually has nothing to do with race, but instead social hierarchy. When we take a look at a place like China, for centuries, the ruling class were the ones who get to stay home, study, as well as do administrative work. Those on the bottom were quote-unquote the peasant class, farmers, laborers, etc. And over time, darker shades were associated with farmers, as well as lighter shades with the elite. Keep in mind that this happened hundreds of years before East Asians saw their first European arrival. Instead, the system developed internally since those who spent a lot of times outdoors naturally had darker skin. But if you were part of the ruling class, merchants, as well as ruling elites, then you had the privilege of staying indoors. Basically, a fair complexion didn't mean that you wanted to look Caucasian, but instead it meant that you were wealthy enough to stay indoors. This idea still hasn't changed much in the 21st century when we take a look at Asia, since having a more tan skin still represented a lower class or a lower status compared to everyone else. People even view their skin tone as personal capital, or something that they can use to land a better job or a more attractive partner. And it's the reason why skin whitening products are so popular in East Asia, Southeast Asia, as well as South Asia. People there will do whatever they can to prevent a tan, wearing bucket hats and even bringing out an umbrella on a normal sunny day. It goes so far as some believing that a fair complexion can cover up other physical flaws.
Before the science, it's worth being honest about why this industry exists at all. Colorism, the preference for lighter skin, has deep roots across many Asian societies, tangled up with colonial history, class, and beauty standards that equate paleness with wealth and desirability. It's reinforced by advertising, entertainment, and family members telling girls from a young age to stay out of the sun. And that's the demand side. The supply side is a skincare industry that has learned to monetize insecurity at scale, in a market projected to keep climbing past $16 billion in the next few years, driven heavily by demand across the Asia-Pacific region. Now, what's actually in the jar? Mercury has been used in skin lightening for decades because it's remarkably effective at one specific thing. It interferes with the enzyme that produces melanin, the pigment responsible for skin, hair, and eye color. Melanin isn't just cosmetic, it's a biological shield that protects DNA from UV radiation. Suppressing it doesn't just lighten skin, it disables part of the body defense system. Independent investigations from watchdog groups, government regulators, and peer-reviewed researchers have repeatedly tested skin lightening creams sold across Asian markets and found mercury levels widely over the legal limit. One dozen scientific analysis of products from 7 Asian countries found that well over half exceeded international safety limits, with some samples containing tens of thousands of times the permitted concentration. Products from the Philippines, Indonesia, Korea, and India showed some of the highest averages of all. And here's why that matters medically. Applied repeatedly, mercury doesn't just sit on the surface, it's absorbed through the skin, inhaled as vapor, and can even be accidentally ingested. Once inside the body, it accumulates in the kidneys, which are especially vulnerable because their entire job is filtering toxins out of the blood. The US FDA has explicitly warned that repeated use of mercury-containing skin products can cause kidney damage, including a buildup of protein in the kidneys that can progress to rapid kidney failure. On top of that, tremors, numbness, memory and mood disturbances, and in some cases, anxiety and depression linked directly to mercury exposure. And this isn't a rare contamination. It's a pattern showing up product after product, sold openly on major e-commerce platforms, often labeled vaguely with no mention of mercury at all. And now the injections. Glutathione gets marketed very differently, framed as clinical, almost wellness coded. It's a naturally occurring antioxidant the body already produces, and in low, legitimate medical context, it has real uses. But high-dose glutathione delivered by IV specifically for skin whitening is a different story entirely, an off-label, largely unregulated use with weak supporting evidence behind it. Government regulators have been explicit about the risks. The Philippine FDA issued a formal advisory warning that injectable glutathione for skin lightening carries toxic effects on the liver, kidneys, and nervous system. It specifically flagged the risk of Stevens-Johnson syndrome, a rare but life-threatening reaction where the skin and mucous membranes blister and peel away, similar to a severe burn, sometimes covering large areas of the body. it can require hospitalization in a burn unit, and in severe cases, it can be fatal. That same advisory noted these injections are frequent paired with high-dose intravenous vitamin C, which introduces its own risks, including kidney stone formation and in people with a specific enzyme deficiency called G6PD deficiency, reactions severe enough to require dialysis. Because these injections are often administered outside proper medical settings, there's an added risk of infection at the injection site, and in purely regulated clinics, even the potential for bloodborne disease transmission if equipment isn't properly sterilized. Doctors have also documented kidney strain, thyroid dysfunction, and because glutathione works by suppressing melanin, the same pigment that protects against UV radiation, a theoretical but real concern about increased long-term skin cancer risk. So two of the most common methods in this industry, mercury creams and glutathione injections, both carry documented, serious, sometimes irreversible risks to the kidney and nervous system. And in the case of glutathione, a rare but genuine threatening skin reaction, most people using these products are never told any of this. And this is the part that's most frustrating. The information exists. Regulators have published it. Scientists have tested these products in labs. But there's a massive gap between what a health ministry puts out in a formal advisory and what a teenage girl sees on her feed. Influencers rarely disclose side effects. Clinics offering these injections are often unlicensed or loosely regulated, especially in markets where demand has outpaced oversight. And because the damage builds up silently over months or years, there's no dramatic before and after moment to warn the next person. By the time symptoms appear, changes in urination, swelling in the legs, fatigue, lower back pain, real damage may already be done. So none of this was ever necessary. Melanin isn't a flaw to be corrected. It's protection the body evolved to have. An entire industry has convinced millions of people to trade their health for a shade of skin that was never actually a problem in the first place.
This is a PSA. This is a PSA to all of my beautiful Filipino women. From the oldest Filipina to the youngest Filipina. I want y'all to know that y'all are beautiful. I'm talking about so naturally beautiful. You feel what I'm trying to tell you? My only question is why is skin bleaching a thing? Like, I don't know if y'all know or not, an American, a black American, speaking to you right now face to face. You don't need that. You are naturally gorgeous. You are naturally beautiful. So who started that? Who put that in y'all head? Who made y'all feel like y'all needed to bleach y'all skin? Y'all still have the features of a Filipino. Why go out your way to bleach your skin? What exactly are you trying to achieve? You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. And many men all across the world will love you exactly how you are.
If you made it this far, I appreciate you watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. Creators' handles are in the description box below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.